Segment number 3 today, Teddy. Watch what you bet. And I picked an interesting one tonight. It is an ESPN2 national game, but I always like to see how a team is going to respond when faced with being propped up on that podium, holding the gold medal, hand in the air, finger in the air. We're number one. Well, now it's stepping up to the deck. It's going to be those Tennessee Volunteers going on the road versus Vanderbilt, favored by double digits. Teddy, -10 showing up, total of 149. Money line split of plus 440, -535. Going to take place in Nashville tonight. Added pressure, Teddy, with being number one. Now you have the target on your back. How does Tennessee respond in this game tonight?
Yeah, it's added pressure being number one. And yeah, it's an in-state rival that really wants to knock you off. And no, Tennessee is not a team that's used to being in these spots and has been in all these pressure situations before, that we trust them in this double-digit spread range on the highway. All that being said, Vandy's a freaking train wreck right now. This is not a team playing good basketball. They're coming off a 16-point home loss to Mississippi State, 0-5 straight up, just 1-4 against the spread their last 5 contests. The one cover did come as a double-digit dog. But the biggest issue for the Commodores right now, they can't put the biscuit in the basket. 38% shooting during this 0-5 skid. And the one thing I don't want in a matchup against Tennessee is a team that cannot hit shots, because the Vols' defense has been stellar all year. It's been stellar of late, holding foes, under 39% shooting during that same 5-game span. So you got a team that can't hit shots against an elite defensive squad that isn't giving up good looks. I understand the spot for Vandy. I'm not laying with Tennessee, but can I get to the window with the Commodores, given their struggles and given their issues scoring right now? No, I can't. Clear pass for this better.
Yeah, looking to go 6-0, just checking some of the numbers out there, Teddy, with that win over Alabama, which was close, 71-68, but before that, really putting away some decent competition. Arkansas blew them out. Florida, winner by double digits. Missouri, winner by double digits. We'll see how those Tennessee Volunteers, respond tonight, being the number one team in the nation. Take it over the association.
And hang on one second, Donnie.
Yeah, go ahead. What do we got,
Let me just cut you off real quick. I don't cut you off very often, but I wanted to talk the total in this game, because that total has been bet down like crazy. It was 149 at the open. Now we're looking at 145 and a half in a lot of spots. And again, when I talked about the Vandy offensive struggles and the Tennessee strong defensive efforts, certainly you can understand why that money has come on the under. If I was going to get involved in this one, that might be some steam worth chasing.
There you go. A reason to cut off Donnie Rightside, Teddy. Pertinent information. Cut me off whenever you please, whenever we're handing the public some nuggets of stuff, right?
No, I'm just kidding. I had no reason to cut you off there.
Try it for a second time there. Yep, headed to the association, Teddy. My Sixers back in play. And when we were punching up the script this morning for the show, didn't have a line. And why didn't we have a line, which now shows up at the Sixers as a favorite of -4 on the home court at the Wells Fargo Center? Taking a look at this game. Why? Ben Simmons, questionable with an illness, Teddy. Jimmy Butler's wrist, missed last game. Now he's questionable for this one. Joel Embiid actively updated to active and probable for this game, but a line was released a short while ago with the Sixers favored by 4. Over-under of 225. Moneyline split, Teddy, plus 180, -215. Injuries a worry for you here, Teddy? Because we know straight up the best road team in the NBA, obviously, those San Antonio Spurs. But if we're going to look at any mix of maybe Ben Simmons under the weather, Jimmy Butler not playing, you might get a little bit of value here on the Spurs.
You might, if these guys don't suit up. And this is a situation that we're not really going to know what's going to happen until the hour or so before tip-off. So I don't want to give you, these guys definitely aren't playing, or they definitely are playing. But one thing we know about Philadelphia, okay, this is a star-laden team. Last year's Sixers squad got good production off the bench. This year's squad has not gotten that requisite level of production. It's a star-first team. They got 4 superstars on the team, and everyone else is whatever. That's not necessarily the best scenario. And I don't mean to be sarcastic, whatever, but I mean, it's 4 key players for Philly and a bunch of role players that have been mediocre. San Antonio, they got a big 3, but the Spurs role players have been exceptional all year, really exceptional. And the depth of San Antonio has given a lot of teams fits. When it comes for bench against bench, the Spurs always have the edge, or often have the edge. And of course, San Antonio coming off a bad effort. They got smacked at home against the Clips. Popovich after the game, I think they out-executed us and out-competed us tonight every way, shape, and form. and we were sloppy with the ball on top of it. So that's a bad combination. I like Pop off a game where he's pissed at his team, and certainly DeMar DeRozan coming off. I mean, he had 8 points in that game, 4 of 16 shooting, his worst shooting game in his Spurs uniform, and his second worst, 8 points is the second fewest total that he's had in San Antonio. DeRozan should be primed for a bounce back here, but there are concerns about his ankle. He has been dealing with, they're calling it a tender ankle, whatever that means, something else worth paying attention to when it comes to pregame warmups for this one. Lean San Antonio haven't pulled the trigger.